I once believed marriage was a fortress built on trust, on loyalty, on honesty. For years, I was convinced my wife and I shared a bond unshakable enough to withstand anything. We laughed together, dreamed together, and carried our hardships as one. But even the strongest fortress can crumble. And mine did. The cracks didn't roar in, they whispered. At first, late nights out. Excuses about work dinners. Drinks with friends. I reminded myself a good husband trusts that suspicion itself can poison love. But deep inside, unease clawed at me. She guarded her phone, locking it the second I walked in. She smiled down at messages I never saw. A perfume I didn't recognize lingered on her clothes, stubborn and sharp. And every time she came home, she went straight to the shower, as if she could rinse away the hours I hadn't been part of. I tried to dismiss it, but instinct refused to die. One evening, when she said she was meeting a friend, I decided to find out. I waited near the bar. My chest caved as I watched her step from her car, not to a friend, but into the arms of another man. Their kiss was passionate, the kind of kiss I once thought belonged only to us. In that instant, my world shattered. Every memory, every laugh, every plan, all of it hollow. I drove home in silence, rage and heartbreak colliding inside me. But I didn't scream. I didn't confront. Instead, something colder formed, revenge, but not with rage. With truth. That night, I prepared. I had the pictures, her hand in his, lips pressed together, both of them smiling like teenagers in love. I printed them, each one a blade sharpened by reality. I placed them neatly on her pillow, where her head would rest. Beside them, I left a note with 5 simple words. I know it's over now. Hours later, I heard the front door unlock. She crept through the house quietly, certain I was asleep. I breathed steady, pretending to dream. She slipped into bed like nothing had changed. Then her hand brushed against the papers. Confusion. Then dread. A gasp cut through the silence like glass shattering. She flipped each photo, page by page, lie by lie. When she reached the note, her body stiffened, trembling under the weight of exposure. She whispered my name, broken, pleading. I stayed still, letting her drown in the truth. At last, I opened my eyes. Her face, wide-eyed, pale, desperate, is etched into me forever. It's not what it looks like, she stammered. I almost laughed. I sat up slowly, calm enough to terrify her more than fury ever could. You crawled into this bed like nothing happened, I said evenly. But you forgot one thing. I already knew. She reached for me, but I pulled back. The divide was final. Tears poured as she begged, promising it was a mistake, insisting she still loved me. But love doesn't look like secrets. Love doesn't look like lies. Love doesn't look like him. The more I spoke, the smaller she seemed, collapsing under her own guilt. Her pleas turned frantic. My resolve only hardened. I rose, grabbed the suitcase I had quietly packed earlier, and walked toward the door. She clutched my arm, sobbing, but I shook her off. This house, this bed, this life, we built it together. But you destroyed it the moment you chose him over me. Her cries echoed as I stepped away, but I never turned back. For once, I wasn't the one left shattered. I walked out with my dignity intact. The next morning, she called, texted, even showed up at my work. I ignored every attempt. The pictures I left behind told the story better than words ever could. She thought she could juggle 2 lives. What she found instead was silence, proof, and my final goodbye. And in the end, it wasn't fury that broke her. It wasn't violence. It was the truth. She lost me. And I found my freedom.